And I know everyone wants to make a name for themselves,
yes,
but there are ways to do that.
Absolutely.
And some of these things are it's bad manners.
It's bad manners completely. You can imagine if our children are watching this and they want to repeat it at home. I mean, it will be a chaotic environment.
Absolutely. And imagine in schools how the kids are now teasing each other. You know how kids do. It's not right.
It isn't.
The question, and you put a point earlier on, you said, when did the rain start beating us? Nelson, where did we lose respect for our elders? Where did we just lose respect for each other? When we're driving, we're overlapping. When we're walking, we're throwing trash. When did the rain start beating?
In Kenya, we have this culture we call the parallel culture, where if Jeff is carrying his iPhone, he must also carry a Mulika Mwizi because he thinks this thing will not work.
Yes.
I think we need to have a system where we can have faith in the things that are run in a straight and forward manner. If you are in traffic, maintain your lane. For instance, at the roundabout at Kenyatta Avenue, and the Uhuru Highway, yes, you will always see individuals who are in the inner lane struggling to go towards Mombasa Road. Look, this is basic human logic. You do not drive as if you're walking, because even if you're walking on the streets, you must be mindful of the other person. And that transcends to the entire manner in which we relate to each other. I think a society needs to grow, because if the society grows in structure, but it doesn't grow in personnel, it doesn't grow in wisdom, then there is no development. That is why we're told time without number. The level in which Kenya was at independence is comparable to countries in Europe. And how can it be explained that there has been development in those countries? There has been development in other Asian countries like Indonesia, and yet we are still stagnating. It's because the culture you want to accumulate for yourself alone. What for? Where are you taking this accumulation? Let there be a society where the resources are for continuity, not just for now. It's only then that we'll be able to live in tranquility. Jeff, we'll be able to walk. You wouldn't need that big lorry of yours that you drive around. You can just walk home.
It is a big lorry, Nelson. Alan John Kibui, he says, Nelson Harvey, nice words. Let's conduct a free, fair election. Mark Musumba says, my best radio station, it's part of my daily routine to check in. Simon Ganya says, the hottest breakfast show in Africa. Nelson Harvey, hapo shikilias. Amesema show iko moto kama pasi ya makaa. Closing thoughts, Nelson. Moving forward, what do we need to do? Because obviously, tensions are rising. Temperatures are high, and we keep pushing ourselves towards the edge of the cliff, even though we're going to look over and then pull back. But you never know it. It's going to take just one spark to take us over that edge. What do you tell people listening to you right now?
I think what we need to do, we need to respect institutions that are established in the Constitution. For instance, the judiciary is the institution that has been given the mandate to resolve disputes. If a dispute is not resolved in the manner in which you perceive ought to have been just, and if for a fact you have evidence that the judges were compromised, make your complaint to the Judicial Service Commission. If you are IEBC, you've been mandated to oversight the election for the people of Kenya. Just oversight the election, be a referee. Tenda wema, wende zako, hata kama unakosa fair, enda bana. Usikae hapa hivi kusambaratisha. If you are the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, investigate corruption. The Supreme Court has said, go and investigate the IEBC for electoral fraud. You are going to investigate the registrar of the Supreme Court who made the report. That is turning logic over its head. And if we continue having systems like this, we'll not go far. Let me close by saying another example we can pick, the DPP. Investigate and prosecute crime. Don't do a seesaw balance where if you must charge somebody from NASA, you must have somebody from Jubilee. That is ridiculous. It's only by doing things in the correct way that we'll have a good Kenya, because Kenya ni inchi yetu. Hatuna inchi ingine. Where will you take us, Jeff?
Nowhere.
Yes.
There's no other.
Absolutely.
Brayo says that's a mature conversation with Nelson Harvey. His brain is fully grown. and things beyond tomorrow. Real quick, the UNDP stepping in and assisting Has that been agreed on, or is that still in dispute?
It's still in dispute because there's a lot of lamentation. It is claimed that Ezra Chiloba used to work with the UNDP, and the UNDP doesn't seem to have a good track record in Kenya. But I think many of these may be claims, and it is also indicated that Jubilee are not comfortable with the ballot papers being printed with the oversight of this body, or even with the oversight of the United Nations. I think all they need to interrogate is to see what are the bona fides of these claims. If the claims are unfounded, then let UNDP play that role. But if the claims have any basis, then how can we take care of that claim? Because we don't have the luxury of time. Things have to go on. This is like an emergency surgery. A quick decision has to be made, and let those with the best knowledge and ability to make this decision exercise that right for the best interest of Kenyans.
And Nelson, if we go beyond the 60 days
Yes.
that the Supreme Court announced, will we be in a crisis?
We will be in a very big crisis because President Uhuru Kenyatta can only continue serving as an incumbent until such a time as an election is conducted as directed by the Supreme Court. If we don't have an election, then his position cannot be defined or sustained in the Constitution. And it ought to be understood that the office of the President of the Republic of Kenya is a very big office. It's not one that can be left in the realm of conundrum. We don't want to imagine what will happen if this election does not take place. I think we must all strive to ensure that we have an election before the 1st of November. We have no other choice in this regard.
Or like they say, Nelson, we have no otherwise.
Absolutely.
Nelson Harvey there, Advocate of the High Court. Thanks so much, my brother.
Asante, Jeff.
Appreciate it. Nashukuru sana. And Jalal says hello.
And Jeff Bana.
Yes.
Uache mchezo.
Ya gani?
Unasikia?
Ya nini?
Mchezo, uache mchezo.
Mchezo. Jeff must go.
Jeff must go. Ambia JJ
Yes.
awache kwenda kudemonstrate huko Kisumu. Arudi studio.
Nelson Harvey.
It's the Hot Breakfast with Jeff and Jalango.